What's up? What's up? It's your boy Saucy Rossi, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue. I'm planning on entering a local Kansas City Barbecue Society competition, and I've been practicing my chicken. Now, this is not the final recipe I'm going to be using, but I still wanted to give you an insight into the practice and, thought process when I'm preparing this. So come on along for the ride, smash those buttons, like and subscribe, and let's talk all about this competition chicken that I'm preparing. As you can see here, I'm struggling to get this chicken skin off. A little embarrassing, but hey, everyone needs to learn how to do it. It's perfectly fine. What's really important about competition chicken is like the look, the bite, and just so many little factors. So starting off, we want to kind of like make this more uniform. That's really important here. I'm going to actually trim off that knuckle over to the side. Then I'm going to kind of square up this little piece. That's really important here. I also noticed there was a tendon on the bottom. I'm going to remove that. If a judge bites into a tendon, you'll lose points. So that's super important. You'll also notice here, I'm using the knife and scraping the fat off of this chicken thigh. Again, super important. You don't want a fatty bite for the judge. So I'm just going to finish kind of like squaring this off here. Try and make it almost like a little pillow shape. That's what I'm aiming for here. A little chicken leg pillow kind of thing, right? I mean, frankly, the reality here is we're wasting a lot of meat. I'm not the most excited about that, but hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. So as I finish just kind of like removing all little tendons and squaring this up, it ends up looking like this cute little chicken pillow almost. And that's what we're aiming for here. Just a nice uniform shape, super important. Again, make sure you get all the tendons off. You want it to be perfectly uniform. And I keep saying this, but you want it to look like a little pillow. There you go. There's that pillow action. So next, we're going to go to those barnyard scrotums. Check this chicken skin out. We want to make sure that we lay it down flat and spread it out. We're trying to get as much space in like a square shape as we can. And we're going to trim off all that outside exterior skin. That's not going to be useful here. It does not help our presentation. So by trimming this down and just kind of making it just as uniform as the little pillow that we made, that's going to be ideal. Now, chicken skin also has fat on it, so you want to make sure you've scraped all that fat off. That's real important here. We want the best bite possible. So now take that thigh that we had and just kind of roll it up. Now, I'm just going to let you know one little mistake here. I didn't roll it tight enough. I should have pulled that skin a little bit tighter. It would have made it a little, more thin on the chicken, if you will. And that's real important. Now, I'm not going to give you all my secrets. This here is one of my injection broths that I've personally made. I think it's absolutely incredible with chicken. So I'm not going to tell you what's in it. Maybe I will after the competition, but for now, just know it's some injection broth that I kind of whipped together. Lots of delicious stuff in there, including some Mount Scio savory. Super stoked about that. You can see all that right just floating at the top. Nice little butter mixture in there with some broth. Yum. Anyway, there's 3 points of injection on the chicken thigh. You would be shocked to think that, but we're going to get all the injection we can in there. Now, I've gotten all of these chicken thighs kind of trimmed up, uniform. I've got all the skin trimmed up in uniform as well. I'm going ahead here. We're making sure everything is fully seasoned. Right out of there, I had them kind of sitting in the nice butter broth there for a little, just to kind of like marinate as well on the outside. And then boom, we're going to hit the tops here with some more seasoning. Now, we already did season the bottom. These bad boys are fully seasoned. But again, I want you all to pay attention to the mistake I'm making right now. I am not pulling that chicken skin tight enough. I just draped it over, but I really should have pulled it over. Personally, I think that's a mistake I made here, but that's why we practice, right? Now I'll know that for the actual competition. And there we are right on the smoker. Now, I think it's really important here to just go over the cooking method I'm using. So I'm starting off with a wire rack just to catch some drippings into a pan here. And we're going to let this smoke for about 30 minutes at 300 degrees. I'm using a blend of pellets. I believe it's oak, maple, and cherry wood. And boy, that's going to be delicious. Perfect for chicken. And as you can see here, that injection broth, I poured a little extra in with them so they can almost like braise as I go along. Now, secret number 2, my homemade delectable barbecue sauce. I'm not really going to go into the details here. Maybe I will if after the competition, but for now, this is another secret weapon of mine. Pretty stoked on it. And just to be clear, this is homemade. I'm going into this competition making all my own seasonings and sauces almost completely. Oh, buddy, this is going to be wicked. Not to mention the help I got from the Halifax Honey Company. Just going to give them a quick shout out. I am using honey in this barbecue sauce. It's probably the main ingredient, and man, oh man, it's going to be delectable. So normally I would take this barbecue sauce and I would dip the chicken in it, but today I actually wanted to be able to get an eye on the bottom, so I brushed it on. Now here we are. Let's take a look at this. Man, oh man, that little perfection pillow. There's a lot of little pieces of this that I could have done better, but I'm still pretty stoked about how this actually did turn out. We got a little bit of char on the bottom. I don't even know if that's char. We're approaching char is what I should say there, but still looks unbelievable. That texture should be fantastic. They still look juicy, loaded with that injection. Pretty stoked on this one. This is going to be a blast to snack on. That's the one fun part about all this cooking, like figuring out recipes and stuff, is the taste testing. Sometimes you blow your mind and then sometimes you just blow your taste buds because it's too much. Man, oh man, though, these were not enough. I really enjoyed all of this. And the problem here is I used 2 different dry rubs trying to test which one I preferred more. Truth be told, I don't know. They both tasted incredible, but in different ways. And I'm pretty stoked on that. It's going to be so delicious and so tasty. Oh, doesn't that look impressive, the way that's tacked on there? Just how uniform it is? I really enjoyed this. And I also made myself a little watermelon salad just to kind of go along with this to cleanse the palate as I kind of took my testing bites. And that's basically it, guys. I still don't know exactly how I am going to enter this competition, but I think this recipe is going to be very close to what I use. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm super stoked about entering this contest. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, as well as here on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See my journey through this KCBS competition. It's going to be super interesting and super fun, but I'm just glad you're here to watch my videos. I always have a fun time cooking for you guys. So remember, like and subscribe, join my community, come on along for the ride, and just enjoy yourself. Take care.